she's just smearing your name. When men smear your name, you see each other in the streets and you fight. That's how it happens most of the time. But I'm saying, like, you can't fight a woman.
Teaching my wife how to fight since she likes to talk smack so much, expecting me to save her every time.
You can't physically walk up to a woman and put hands on her, because the truth is you wrong for that. The only time you supposed to hit a woman is when ain't nobody looking. No, I'm just joking with you. You gotta learn the old school tricks. Beat them on the feet or something like that. No, these are jokes. These are jokes.
Armbar works real good.
Armbar, because ain't no recovery after the blood
shoulder
go back
out
to their
socket,
head.
Gonna have trouble getting off the ground, man.
That's how the Asians do it?
Oh, man. Chokeouts and, you know.
Moral of the story is real men take accountability for their actions and they deal with the consequences as they may come. Period.
I'm telling you, I've never been one about violence, but I know sometimes when we have moments that get out of hand, men can fight. But this war against the loose mouth female is one that you cannot react off emotion. You have to react with tact.
Flashback.
Is it fair to say that you're only with the white man because you can't get the black man that you want?
Oh, no. No, not at all.
Why would you say that?
I don't think so. I prefer them based on their morals and their values, and it's just different.
So about your daughter. You went to Minnesota or whatever your baby mother is from, and you've been nothing but a deadbeat to your daughter. You knew your daughter, you knew where she was, you did not try at all whatsoever. Let's be honest about the fact that I'm the one that made you see. I'm the one that made you see your daughter. Let's be honest about the fact that when I met you, you was lying about the fact that you had a daughter. Let's be honest about the fact that you are a literal how angry I got when I found out that you can't see that little girl, and I told you to go and get a lawyer and go fight for your daughter. Literally pissed off that you wouldn't fight for your daughter. Let's be honest about the fact that you lie and say she was a one-night stand, but your mother even told me that y'all was together.
Sit back and argue with you, ladies. Nobody's gonna argue with you. Nobody's gonna argue with you. I'm telling you right now, men are not going to argue with you. I have never met truly happy divestors. I'm serious. I've never really met a group of happy women talking about, divest from this. Divest. If you're gonna, you can't divest from success. You can't divest from success. You want to divest from success? Knock yourself out. Ain't nobody hating on you, talking crazy to you. You can't divest from success though, and make it seem like you're making some sense.
Let's be real about the fact that I'm the one that found the house, found the realtor, did all the footwork, did everything, paid for the deposit on the house, paid for the house, everything. Let's be real about that. Let's be real about everything. Since you want to say, let's put it on live. You're the one that told me to put it on live. I met you in a basement laying on a mattress. Let's be real about that. Let's be real about the fact that you moved in with me, not the opposite of way around. Let's be real about the fact that I never felt comfortable moving to your house because you lived in the ghetto.
You kind of spearheading into the algorithm with this white man who you kind of deem as better than any other man that you came across, especially black men. And I saw a lot of the videos. You were saying another black man's trash is a white man's treasure. Like, I've seen like the clips, and to me, like I said, you may not agree, they do give race bait. And for you to be 19 and your baby daddy at the time being 20, that's a decision that y'all both made. Is it fair to put it on him that he is the reason as to why you guys went south, why he's not able to afford to take care of the kids? Could you have been just as equally kind of toxic in that relationship as well too?
Soon after.
So basically they had a stream, I believe it was yesterday or it's a few days ago, where she made some sort of stream where it was called, do steroids affect your brain or affect how you think or something like that. Now, from my understanding in my research, there was no sound in the stream, but what you can deduce is her like walking around, talking to him and basically following him around, pretty much bothering him like we saw in that, on that previous clip.
Find me the group of 26 and under black women who are 8s, 9s, and 10s in the face, 8, 9, and 10 in the body, who's talking about divesting and all this other stuff. They're not having a problem. Especially the ones that are 8s, 9s, and 10s, and they got the face and the body lined up, and they have the femininity and the cooperation. They got more than enough. The women that are talking all this stuff are 4s and 5s, and their bodies are 4s and 5s, and they're upset for something that has nothing to do with me, you, or any of those other guys. Not hating on you. No one cares. And if you're average in one group, you cannot go be above average in another group.
And he's trying to ignore her. He's trying to get, her out of his way, but she's still talking to him. And then all of a sudden, we find out some very bad news.
So allegedly, Brett is out here putting his hands on Rose. He's currently locked up for DV. Rose says she's not going to be pressing charges on him.
I don't think so. I prefer them based on their morals and their values, and it's just different.
Look, let's be honest. The common denominator in this whole issue is Rose. You see, Rose said she was with 3 other dudes before, and they were all horrible. And she based that character flaw that she perceived on the race that these men were. So she went and got herself a white man. Hey, no problem. Do your thing, sis. But what happened? Now this white man, you pushed him to the point where he was trying to avoid you, trying to be a good guy. He's already taken in your children from another man, and you still pushed this man to the point where he put hands on you. Now, nobody should ever put hands on somebody. He made the wrong choice. The choice should have been to leave her, deprive her of his presence, deprive her of the selling point of her entire podcast. But he did not do that. And now, allegedly, he's behind bars.
Allegedly. But my thing is, you portray him as a white savior. You say that he's the best thing that happened to you, and he's out here putting his hands on you. What's going on? Anybody who had to keep posting about how happy they are all the time, most likely they're not that happy.
We all know white men are the most desired ethnic group of men in this country. What happens is black women understand that they have to compete for that white man. But y'all have no problem competing for those white men. But when it comes to black men, y'all feel like we should just kiss our ass and accept all the bad behavior and everything. I've heard black women say that they had to tone down their blackness in order to be with a white man.
And
that to me is crazy.
That. Greetings, you polite savages.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and modern women alike. The only thing we can do is guarantee to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's go. If you talk to a wise man, he will tell you that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with in your life. No matter if they are related or not, you are the average of those folks because they are going to leave an impression on you. But it's a cold game when the person that you spend the most time with is also your meal ticket. And this person, when they realize that, they will abuse and misuse you because they perceive that you have less value in the situation that they have. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Rose and her ZADDY savior from Queens for King, a popular YouTube channel and various other social media platforms where a divester proclaims that she has found the perfect man to fulfill her dreams and be a great father to her children. He's even willing to take on children from another man, so he must be way better and superior than the man she had before that she had to leave, because the man she had to leave obviously was in the wrong. But what happens when the world realizes that she's the common denominator for all of the bad choices and decisions that are going on? You see, it came to light that they were having real financial difficulties. And of course, when a woman who's only focused on money, only focused on what she can have, only focused on the material things in life, has a hard time with money, well, bad things happen.
What is a fact is I have been living above my means, guys. I admit I've been living above my means. Like, the savings account ain't savings accounting.
Just shut the up!
And so we have to do something about it, okay? I'm on this journey with you all. You guys know I've always kept it real. I've always been authentic. I've always showed you guys my good and my bad. So I'll be the first to say I have been living a life of trying to prove a point.
Dude right here, ZADDY helped her. I don't believe I used the ZADDY word. It's disgusting. He helped her. And then she knew, and he took her little kids in so their kids could look up to this big, tall white man. And then she said, let me give him a couple of more babies because I ain't done yet, and I'm going to keep myself in shape. I'm an entrepreneur. Oh, my goodness. And what happened? What happened? This man lost his job for 4 months, and she treated him like dog meat.
And so the truth is, no matter what situation you're in, you cannot involve yourself with women like Rose. She is the ultimate villain. She'll be the first one to throw a rock at you and hide her hands and blame you when something happens. And don't lose your temper with her, because guess what? She'll run to live and put it all the way out there as soon as she can. As soon as it suits her, she's gonna expose this man for what he did. Just like she exposed him for saying that he had something in the past, when he had a record, when he was living in a ghetto, when he was sleeping on the floor, when he had a kid out of wedlock. All of these things that she had built him up not to be, he actually is, and she exposed him. But what's really funny is that Rose seemed to go get herself just a white version of the dude she had before, because you attract what you are. If you're garbage and you're trash, ma'am, you're gonna get trash. And she's the worst type of trash. She's the type of trash to talk down on somebody to make herself feel better, instead of just working on herself, because we all have things to work on with interpersonal relationships, whatever it is. But she came off like she was perfect in this situation in a relationship space, and it was the other men who were wrong. And now look at what you got here. A failing channel, running out of money, and people understanding that you, ma'am, were nothing but a fraud.
Denominator in all of our relationships.
I don't know. I don't know. It's the patience.
You know what a common denominator is?
Yeah, it's the bottom line. Yes, I know.
No, that's not what a common denominator is.
What
the
is
same
it?
thing.
What is it?
The only common denominator in all of our relationships is us.
Correct. But men these days, it's difficult because they want their cake and eat it too.
It's always the man, huh?
It could be the woman too, but
no, we're talking about you. So if I talk to all your exes and ask them how did they experience you, what do you think they'd say?
They're gonna give good stuff out. They're gonna say I have a little attitude and my mouth is slick, but that's about it.
It's not like this woman doesn't have a history of verbally abusing this man on live stream. And it's not like this man hasn't shown that he'll take it over and over again. I mentioned it, that he doesn't realize his value, but she does realize that in order to stay in control, she must berate him. Because guess what, lady? You're the one straddled with all of them children, and you've already pumped this man up saying he's way more than he is. So if he gets the wild hair and walks out the door, well, your meal ticket leaves with him, and you know this.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get up right on this live, and I'm gonna leave your ass. Since you don't like me, I don't like you. Because this is what needs to happen in the world. Men, don't make the mistake of putting your hands on a woman. This is the ultimate test of a man. If your value is so high that removing yourself from her hurts her more than it hurts you, that is the test of a man. And that is the problem there.
When I speak the truth, because I speak profanity,
not you.
people are able to dismiss it as mediocrity. But I am giving you the game. Every man out there who would have it ain't down for you, you will be broke down by that. If you ever get serious with you better make sure it's got some morality about herself and she down with you. Do not do it to keep a, because I'm telling you, every man out there, if you in a situation where you know she ain't, but you don't want her to go, if you do something to lock in with that pregnancy, marriage, or something like that, your life gonna be destroyed.
One of the worst things we could do as men is to be with women who don't want us. I've been in that position too. I have simped. I have done stuff. I've been in the friend zone. I've done all that kind of stuff. And I will tell you, gentlemen, don't do it. Never do that. It's never a good idea. I said it 2 weeks old. Stop trying to win women over. And see, that's the beautiful thing about becoming a high value man. You don't have to win women over. You deal with the women who show interest in you and want to get on your program and are proving their worth to you.
Thank you for watching the Tip Network, and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip?
We found true happiness